So for this recipe, I'm going to start with a few Idaho potatoes, peeled and cubed, covered in cold water. Bring them up to a boil, add a pinch of salt, and cook until fork tender. While the potatoes are cooking, I'm also cooking some bacon. I'm going to use them as a topping and reserve the drippings. Okay, so here I've mashed the cooked potatoes with about a tablespoon of butter. I would call this more of a dry mash because I will be adding other ingredients to them. And over here, I've started sauteing some chopped leeks, a couple cloves of garlic, and a tablespoon of butter with just a touch of that bacon grease. So when the leeks started to cook down, I added some chopped mushrooms. Both the leeks and mushrooms are about 1/4 cup. I also added a pinch of salt and a little bit of white pepper. Okay, now I've added 2 cups of loosely packed chopped kale. I also added a 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard, and I'm going to cook and stir this until it's cooked down. Once the kale began to soften a little bit, I added a 1/4 cup of cream and a little bit of nutmeg. I'm going to continue to cook it down until it softens just a bit more. Okay, so here we have the finished Idaho potato mash. Before adding the kale to the potatoes, I added about 1 ounce of crumbled feta cheese, melted it just a bit, warmed it through. I also added just a little bit more butter when I combined it all just to give it the right consistency, and rechecked it for seasoning, added just a tad more salt and pepper. And on top, I topped it with those crispy bacon bits. Now for the final result of this wonderful Idaho mash. Delicious, just like I know it would be. I hope you try this recipe and enjoy as much as I am.